Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Right, so episode 2 of our series, Flip.
I'll have to come up with some kind of jingle.
Yeah.
Flip or flop.
Yes. So what we're going to do is what we did in the last episode when we were in North Walsham. We're now in Wymondham. We're going to go and have a look at the charity shops. We're going to see what we can get and whether we think we're going to rate it on the same factors we did with North Walsham at the end. And we'll show you what we got as well, if we get anything. So, yeah, we'll just go for a walk round then.
Let's get some bangers.
Right, so we've just been round the charity shops and it's getting quite warm.
Yes.
To be fair, we weren't really out that long. I think we were out probably about an hour in total. There were some we couldn't get to because we went to the ones that were in kind of the vicinity of the town centre, but there's some scattered around the outskirts as well. So we went to the main town centre ones. And like we did on the last episode, we're going to rate these charity shops and the town itself for the ease of parking and the general prices of the charity shops, the quality of the items that we saw or that we picked up, and the number of charity shops in the immediate vicinity of the town centre. The ones that are closest together, basically.
Before we do that, shall I show people what we brought from the charity
So if
shops?
you want to just show the little few things that we picked up.
We didn't get a massive amount. This is, can you see that?
And hold it up here. So that we got basically a few
Halloween.
Yeah, brand new in the packet Halloween outfits.
That's from Hotel Transylvania 2, the bellboy. $1.99. All these were $1.99, so I grabbed a few.
Do you want me to hold them if you pass them and I'll hold them up? So there's the Hotel Transylvania 2, the Monster High, which is a Ginifier Long. These are all for kids, by the way. These are all children's sizes, I believe, unless there are some that are for adults.
It says 12 to 14.
Okay, so this one's for 14 plus, and this is just simply an Edward Scissorhands wig. So that's just his hair.
And we've got two of those.
It's got two of his hair,
$1.99 each. And then the last one is this.
And the last one is in a box rather than a bag, and this is another Monster High, Ginifier Long, and this presumably goes with the dress.
Yes.
Which is the wig to go with it. And that was another $1.99. So there's a whole sort of outfit for her.
And that is all we got.
And that is everything.
I got some books for my son, and you got some DVDs for us to watch.
I got a couple of DVDs, you may remember Angelina Jolie in Tomb Raider, and I used to have both films years ago, but then I sold them on because basically I think I was having to clear out DVDs. And they had two in there. They're the first one, and then the Cradle of Life second one. So I rebought them, and the discs are pretty good and everything.
Just going to stick these in the back so I can put my...
Yep. So anyway, that is all we got, and we put 3 hours on the car park. I don't even think that we have done nearly 2. So
we've probably done about an hour and a half, haven't we?
Yeah.
And that was with stopping to get a few personal bits.
Yeah, to just nip in other shops and get a few things that we wanted to get as well. So general shopping. Yeah. So we're going to rate it parking. First and foremost, the parking. There seems to be a couple of main parking areas here which are both paid for. When we arrived, we went in, I think we're in the biggest one at the moment, and it was a bit of hassle getting a space because the car park here, we went to one in North Wymondham, and there's a reasonable amount of car parking whatever time you seem to go. But with this one, it just seemed a bit of a driving around, and spotting a space.
And it's not a particularly busy time, I would say. It's
not
Tuesday,
really.
Mid-morning.
So it was just before lunchtime, literally, I think just before, like 5-10 minutes beforehand, and it was full here. So that would signify either it's just really busy generally, or it is just a really small car park and people park here for other things as well. So
3.5 out of 5.
Well, to be fair, it cost us for the 3 hours, it cost us £3, and for I think it's half an hour you get free, but then after that it goes up and up, sort of, because the council sets that. So I mean, out of a score of 5, I would give it about 3, if I'm honest with you, because this I'm not sure about the other car park, because obviously we didn't go up there, we didn't park there or anything, but that might be bigger potentially. But this particular car park, which is right in the town centre, I would say about a 3, because it is a bit tricky to park when you get here, and obviously you're paying for probably more parking than you actually need to get around here as well. So the next one is the prices of the charity shops. Over to you.
I found this to be an expensive town for charity shops. Everything seemed to be overpriced, even for charity shops. I mean, bar the Halloween-y stuff we got, everything seemed to be quite a lot of money, didn't it?
Yeah.
There wasn't anything that I thought, oh, I'll grab that, because everything I looked at was too expensive.
I did go into one of the charity shops, and they had DVDs for 10p each. Now, anywhere that would be a bargain. So if you went to like a yard sale or a car boot or a jumble sale, 10p each is actually really, really good. but they had a limited amount of them, and then box sets they priced individually. And I just looked and I couldn't see a single thing, if I'm honest. Not even stuff that I wanted to get for myself. Very small amount of stuff. And oddly enough, the more grown-up DVDs were 10p each, and then you had the kids' DVDs, which were priced at a quid each.
That's not fair.
Doesn't really make much sense when they're selling other DVDs for 10p each. In general, it was quite an expensive town to come charity shopping in, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because there didn't seem to be many. Well, there weren't any charity shops you could go in and go, wow, this is definitely the one to come to if you come here. I didn't find any.
No.
But like I say, we didn't go to the ones that were slightly out of the town. The community shop here, which often a lot of towns now they have their own little community shop, was also quite pricey.
Yeah.
And we go to one
Very friendly, but...
Yeah, very friendly staff and everything, but the prices were higher in there as well. The one we go to North Walsham, all the prices are massively reasonable, so I suppose that set the bar for that. But yeah, the one here, it was a case of, yeah, there wasn't a huge amount of stuff that you could get cheap.
No.
So yeah, it was a wee bit pricey. So I would say for prices, another 3. Yeah, another 3 really.
Because, you know, we know they're charities and they've got to make money for the charities, but on par with other charity shops you've been to, these seemed overly expensive. They
did seem pretty expensive, and that is, I think, you know, sort of I hate to say it, I mean, bit snobby maybe, who knows, but the fact is that there are some towns where the quality of the stuff they get would be better, you know, and it's a bit posher, let's face it, it's a bit posher, isn't it?
Wyndham's posher.
I don't know, is it? Because I don't really come in an awful lot, but I suppose, well, you know,
considering the what you overheard, that middle class thing you overheard in the bookshop, listen to this.
I heard quite a middle class thing to say, and basically there's a bookshop in the town, and it sells brand new books for the prices on the back of them, you know, and there was a lady in there talking to the woman behind the counter, and she was saying how recently she had got a Kindle. Now, I'm quite keen on e-readers. I do like e-readers. I have a couple. I have a Kobo and a Kindle.
It's good
not
for storage.
Sponsored. Not sponsored.
Yet.
If they want to send me one that I can test, that's absolutely fine. But so I love them, and I love the fact you can store loads of books on them, and the books are quite cheap as well sometimes and stuff like that, and you can get free ones, and you can, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so this woman was quite keen on her new Kindle, and the woman behind the counter, she said, well, you know that there's a lot of thought goes in behind you know, books and the decision making about books. So what goes into the story, what goes into the publishing, what goes into the cover art, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of thought behind it. She says, so the least that anyone can do really is buy a book.
So you just skulked out the shop like a slinked out?
I think at that point I pretended to look at something else and then just turned around and walked out, because I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, that's a bit, that is kind of one, possibly out there, one of the most middle class things I've heard said, but the fact is that, like, e-readers are great, you know?
But we digress.
Yeah, but anyway, whatever.
Next is quality.
Yes, so the quality of the items, I didn't see anything that was
there were no Fabergé eggs.
No, there was no Fabergé, but I didn't see any massive brands. I did see I think an Asda t-shirt. I did see a Le Creuset little what do you call them? Like tureen thing. So there was that stuff, but it all had kind of like, the t-shirt was a bit crackly on the front, and the little pot was crackly around the edge and stuff like that. So it was all a bit like the better brands were a little bit knackered in a sense. But apart from that, it was all Primani, you know, and there was all that kind of stuff, and it was just the lesser brands. So perhaps it's not as posh as I originally thought. Maybe it is kind of like...
I wasn't blown away by the quality.
Not really, no. I mean, there was one we went in, and there was there were bits and pieces laying about of ceramics, right? So I picked something up thinking, oh, that looks decent, and it was the lid of something. but without the actual thing that it goes on. But they were still selling the lid on its own for about £2. So I thought, I don't know, that kind of felt a bit weird. It's like, why would you just sell the lid and not the rest of the pot? But there
And
we
I've
go.
got to say, the quality of the music in the last shop we went in was awful. Obviously, we can't show you that.
So to put it into perspective, without naming any names, this individual wore at an award ceremony an inflatable suit. There you go. That's all we're going to say about this particular artist. If you want to look it up, look it up. That's up to you. But
I'd just like to make it clear that I have disliked them ever since the first time I saw their face. Do you ever just hate someone or dislike someone just by looking at them? Or is that just me? Am I just a judgmental person? I saw their face the first time and I just thought, I don't like you.
Okay, we digress here.
Anyway,
right?
yes.
We digress because this is actually about charity shops,
Yes.
and we're not, you know, like reviewing music now. So anyway, but the quality. So the quality, I would give that a 3. Another 3, because basically, I think maybe we came here on a dodgy day. You know, like a day before they got stuff in, but all around me in some of the charity shops, I was seeing people sort stuff out. So there was the charity shop workers sorting stuff out. So basically, it's like, is this the general quality they get in, or is all the good stuff at the back of the shop waiting to be put on the shelves? We don't know, but the fact is, yeah, I didn't think that the quality of the stuff in the shops was fantastic. It depends what you're looking for, though. If you go in these shops and you're looking for that stuff, it's going to be there. If you're not, tough. Really.
Yeah.
But yes, that's a 3. Anyway.
So, number of shops.
The general number of shops in the town centre.
I think there were 5 that we've been in. And it's quite a small place. So I'd say that's quite a decent amount for such a small town. But if we're just going on, you know, the sheer number of charity shops.
In such a small area that we were in, which was the very town centre, there were about as many as North Wymondham, I would say, that they had. But I would say that they weren't as big as the ones in North Wymondham.
No, they were all quite pokey. Apart from the first one we went in, which had the little rooms. Different rooms, they were all quite pokey, weren't they?
But even then it was quite sparse. If you went in there, actually everything was around the edge of the room, whereas, you know, there's a lot of charity shops where they put stuff in the middle of the room and they'll stack bloody things up everywhere and stuff like that. They just had everything around the edge of the room, and that was it. But yeah, so the shops weren't very big.
The sheer number of shops though, out of 5.
So I would give, I don't know, what would you
I'd give it a 4 because there were quite a lot of shops, but they were quite small.
Yeah, but obviously this ties in with the quality of the stuff you get in them as well. So the number of shops is fine, but it seemed to be very, very hit and miss whether you would actually get anything when you came here. I don't know. I mean, the aim of this series isn't to diss individual towns. The aim of this series is just how we felt when we went and had a look around ourselves. So that's all this is. So if you want to come to Wymondham and have a look around the charity shops, obviously, you know, you might find more than we did. But I think from a kind of coming here just charity shopping perspective for yourself is fine. But from a reseller point of view, is no. No. So anyway, this is the final score. There we go. Because obviously at this moment in time we are now about to go home, and we're not going to add it up right now. So yeah.
Basically we can't.
Yeah, basically we can't. Yeah.
We're both, you know.
Yeah.
Not well. I love maths. I could, but I can't be bothered anyway. Thank you for watching. I
mean, it probably is going to be quite easy because there was 3 3.5s.
No, 3 threes. 3
3 and a 4. But then you've got to divide that by the 5 to get the final score.
So 13 divided by 5, which is...
Ta-da! Yeah, there you go. So yeah, anyway, that's it really.
Yeah, thank you for watching us. Like, subscribe, all of the usual good stuff.
Yeah.
And we have decided that we are going to be doing, or trying to do a live on a Monday at 12 o'clock, I think, was the...
At 12 o'clock, yeah.
Because the one we did
to the schedule.
The one we did this week it went really well and we had a good time, so we'll do it again.
And we didn't realise it at the time. That's really warm, hang on. Right, so we didn't realise it at the time, but
couple of
the
nonces.
very beginning of that live, we'll apologise for this. The very beginning of that live, we didn't have the microphones on, and we had the microphone adapter plugged in here, didn't we? So it was plugged in at this end of the phone. Anyway, we didn't realise that actually having that bugger plugged in and not wearing their microphones, all you're going to see is us yapping. Yap, 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 yap. Hello,
no sound.
hello. Right, no bloody sound whatsoever. And then we put the microphones on, it was all fine. So I think somebody did comment to have a better hook at the beginning. Now, that would be an understatement. Having a better hook is one thing. Having no noise at all is probably completely different.
Yeah.
So next time we will make sure that you can hear our intro for a start, which will definitely happen on Monday.
Yes.
So we'll have a proper
We had a few
yap
little
at the
technical
beginning.
difficulties, but we'll be on it for
Yeah.
Monday. I mean, you don't expect professional quality of us anyway. That's not why you watch, is it?
The chuckle women.
Yeah.
But like basically, apparently with YouTube there is this thing with their live. It came out like a TikTok, didn't it, on the screen? But with their live, apparently they set it to that. It's the default, and obviously like there is a way to turn it around so you get full screen like this here. So we'll do that. So it's all good. We've learnt our lesson. So yeah, the next live is going to be super professional.
So we'll see you there. Keep liking and commenting and all of that stuff.
Yeah, if you like what you see, keep viewing us.
Yes, Kay. If anyone here hasn't watched Kay's cooking, go and subscribe to her channel because she's a legend.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're not sponsored by her, but
If you like us, you'll like her.
Yes.
Anyway.
We want to do a collaboration, actually, have her cooking in the background.
Yeah. I wouldn't eat her food, though. Bless her.
I would eat some of it. I mean, to be fair, I don't know whether you've ever seen her vegan meal one. Apparently, if you're vegan, you have to have boiled potatoes. I don't
know. Bless her. She tried.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That was quite funny, though.
Yeah. But we'll see you in the next
yes.
one, which I don't know what that will be or when it will be, but we're trying to get them out quite regularly.
Yeah.
So
3 a week.
3 a week. Well, 1 live and 2 videos.
Yeah.
Like the Spice Girls. Bye.
Yep.
You'll make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.